In this short video, I just want to discuss some follow-up thoughts from my previous video uh, based upon the Wall Street Journal article discussing how the bottom may easily fall out for many of our big-time college football programs if football does not get played this 2020 season. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Dr. Anwar Youssef Dunbar, and this is Big Discussions 76 Sports. First of all, please like this video, please share it, and please subscribe to my channel. Well, I just wanted to shoot a short follow-up to my last video, the video before my little jab at the Los Angeles Lakers fans. The video before that focused on an article from the Wall Street Journal looking at the financial ramifications of football not being played at many of our Big Ten institutions and the Pac-12 institutions, and depending upon what they decide, our southern and southwestern football programs as well. So in summary, and you should go back and listen to that video if you haven't, but in summary, the revenue sports, and in this case football, pays all the bills. And that's for the other athletic programs, field hockey, lacrosse, golf, everything, football, and maybe basketball. The revenue they get from the NCAA tournament pays for everything else, literally. And what's interesting is if you watch Requiem for the Big East, ESPN did a special on the former Big East basketball conference, which many of us would argue was the premier college basketball conference. One of the seeds of the Big East, the old Big East, Syracuse, Georgetown, St. John's, UConn, Pitt, all those schools, Boston College, all those schools, Providence, Villanova. Okay, I'm done. One of the major seeds for the Big East ceasing to exist as we knew it was the entrance of big-time college football into some of those schools, because those schools had to think about the money. And big-time college football pre-COVID-19 was the moneymaker in terms of athletics for many of those schools. One thing I did not mention in that voiceover that I did was that that article mentioned something about the schools taking out loans to cover the costs due to the football not being played. And to me, when I read that, what I didn't say in that voiceover was that sounds very, very dangerous. And I think that, and I talk about money over on my original channel. I've written about money on my blogging platform, and I've even helped teach Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace University, and so I know about debt. And I think that we're entering into even more dangerous territory if our major athletic departments at our institutions of higher learning, at our big-time Power 5 schools, if some of those schools have to borrow to keep things going, I think we're entering into even more dangerous territory, because that's money that you have to pay back, and it's just not something that you want to do. So I would recommend, if they continue on this path, I would recommend making some hard cuts to weather this storm. Um, After listening to the Michigan podcast by Steve Dace, shout out to Steve Dace. He's a much bigger channel than me in terms of Michigan football content, and he would be considered a Michigan insider. Shout out to you, Jam City. But after listening to Steve Dace more and more, and the gentleman he has on from the Ohio State fan base, the more I'm thinking that they should go ahead and play, especially if the SEC and the ACC and the Big 12 are able to pull it off. Of course, we won't know that until late October and into November. But the more I'm listening to Steve Dace, I'm thinking, you know what, maybe they should just go ahead and do it and try it. Even if just to say that they've tried it, so that the fans aren't 100% alienated. In that video, I said that I'm wondering if at some point the light bulb will turn on and they'll reverse course and reinstate the season. But the more I'm reading about this Kevin Warren, the more I'm feeling doubtful that they would do something like that. I don't know much about this gentleman, but the things that I read about him, it doesn't sound like something that he would do. He does sound very interested in politics and social justice. I was just reading this morning about something he wants to do in terms of getting all of the Big Ten athletes registered to vote. So I'm a little undecided about him, but I think that he needs to focus on giving us, the fans, the highest quality product on the field of play. And I don't think social justice needs to necessarily seep into our college football and our big-time college athletics experience. That's just my point of view. But I just wanted to say that in terms of going into debt and our programs taking out loans to make ends meet to help weather this storm, that's very dangerous, and I think that they have to be very, very careful about doing that, because once you start going into debt, it's hard to get out, and no one really knows if there's no football and if athletics at all the schools go away for the entire year. No one really knows what revenues are going to be like on the back end once play resumes on the collegiate level. So that's all I wanted to say. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Please like this video, please share it, and please subscribe to my channel. Go Blue, or whatever your school is. I was hoping to wear this shirt this year when watching a game, or even to a game, but you know, right now it just is what it is. I'll stop here, and as always, remember that your attitude determines your altitude. Take care, and I will talk to you the next time. Bye-bye.